Okay. Hi guys, I'm Ben Lawton, Business Director of Otterworks, and this is
Dan Pettit, the other side of Otterworks.
As you can tell, Dan is the creative side because he likes all things colour, and I am more of a direct, straight shooter. On the podcast, you're going to get more people like me and Dan, and people who aren't like me and Dan from in town
And out of town.
So please buckle up, have a seat, and let us know what you think.
Thank you.
Dan, why don't you kick things off this week?
All right.
What topics you brought to the
normally
table?
kick them off.
Right, yep.
Topics I brought to the table. Trends. How about them?
How about them? What kind of trends?
What trends would you like to see finish at the end of 2020? Do you know what mine would be?
Go on.
Flip-flops or sliders with socks.
What don't you like about those?
They're gross.
Why are they gross?
Why are you wearing them?
Flip-flops
No,
and socks.
sliders and socks.
That's fine. Sandals and socks has to go.
No,
Unless
all,
you're a dad.
all kind of
Nah.
summer footwear with open toes
Have you tried it?
do not belong with the socks.
Have you tried it?
No, because I don't want to.
That's like saying, I don't want this to
I
happen.
can see the mistake other people are making, so I'm not going to make the mistake myself.
Maybe the mistake is the fact you haven't tried it yet.
I don't conform. Oh, sorry. I'm not an ASOS person.
Well, I'd also say conforming would be to hate on the brand.
I'm not hating on no brand. I'm just hating on the look. I bet you wear socks and sliders, don't you, Josh?
No.
I bet you do.
I barely ever wear
I've
sliders.
done it before, and I'd do it again.
I wear sliders because I don't want to wear flip-flops. But I
Do you
don't
know
wear
what? We
them
can
with
get rid of
socks.
sliders as well. Screw sliders.
What the fuck? You've taken this too far.
So
Why?
What would you wear?
Just sandals, like thong sandals. You know, the ones that go...
Thong sandals, the
Yeah,
ones
the
that goes in between your big toe.
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
They're
There's
not.
nothing worse than having something in between your big toe the whole time you're walking around. This is why open-toe slip-on sliders are the best.
They're not.
They're like...
Mate, you're just
they're-
wrong. You're
They're
just...
like a normal slipper, but you've got your toes out, so you get a nice breeze.
Yeah.
Nah.
The ones in between your toes are shit.
They're too,
They
like...
rub, it gives you blisters.
They've been... For me, they've just been ruined by the mass of young, athletic, fit people
What
wearing...
you're saying, Dan, is you hate fuckboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Right. And why'd you hate them?
Because they remind me of you.
Because you got played when you were younger, didn't you?
No, I didn't get that. Played.
Played. Dan got played.
So that's one trend that I'd like to see the back of this
Cool.
year.
Have we started the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Can we turn Alexa down? She's going for one a bit.
Other trends.
I would like to see the trend. I think we mentioned in the last podcast that stuff's going to end at the end of the year. So that's a bit meta, isn't it?
Is it not going to?
Well, Corona's not going to up and leave at the end of the year.
Well, this is
What?
what we're saying, Dan.
What do you mean? Why? Why not?
Because
I thought it was a 2020 thing.
Because time is a man-made construct.
There you go.
Time is infinite.
Yeah, and
Well, technically not.
years and dates
Well, it is.
and all of that
Well, no, 'cause
is
it's going to
man-made.
How do you know that? How do you know time's going to end?
Because eventually everything will cease to exist.
Will it?
Yeah. And then time won't exist anymore.
Yeah, in a
It'll
bit.
exist somewhere.
In a
No,
while.
it won't. Nothing will.
in another world.
No, nothing will exist. The whole universe won't exist. And
Yes, it will.
it won't.
Why?
Eventually everything will disappear.
No, it won't.
Yes, they will. All the stars will burn out.
Why will everything disappear?
Because all the stars will burn out.
What's going to cause that?
They'll run out of fuel.
Really?
Yeah. And then they
Shit.
turn into like giant iron balls. I don't know the exact terminology, but they turn into like giant iron balls, and then eventually they become so big that they disappear within themselves. And that's going to happen to every single. Well, there'll just be loads of rock floating through the air with this through space, and eventually all those will dissipate as well and disappear.
Where will we be?
Well, we'll be long gone by that point. Probably
Why?
woken up from the simulation, but eventually there will be nothing. Nothing. Not even dark, not light, nothing. Just pure.
It's kind of deep, isn't it, when you think about that?
Yeah, it's scary, mate.
It is a scary hole. Do you ever think about that?
All the time.
Do you
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah.
How often do you think about, like,
How-
ending?
How insignificant we are.
Define end. What do you mean ending?
Well, like, when your life ends, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Do you
What
do you
is it,
think
though?
about it a lot?
Well,
I think other people think about it a lot. I think Hannah thinks about it a lot. Like, literally, time comes, good night. That's it. You're done. Like, forever.
does she
What
believe,
more are you going to do in life?
does she
You've
believe she's going anywhere?
where?
Like heaven or reincarnation or something?
I think I think she hopes to. I think she's got that in her mind. I think like a lot of people, like, oh, I hope there's a heaven.
Mm.
Like, I don't really think about heaven or anything like that, but it'd be nice. I guess that's why it's nice to believe there is something for you to go to, isn't there? Or somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just explained religion.
I might become religious. Do you reckon, is
not what I meant.
that why people become really religious? Because
I think there's a lot of reasons.
that a
I
big
think
reason
that's
why, do you
probably
think?
one of them.
It's got to be a big reason.
It's
hasn't
got to
it?
be the belief system of having, the idea of faith, isn't it?
can you believe in heaven if you're not Christian or if you're not religious? Sorry.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck you want.
What do
really.
non-believers think?
I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're done.
Just blackness. Just
That's so
disappears.
sad.
The idea, though, isn't it, of just like falling asleep and then nothing.
Not waking up. You
Yeah.
did it before. You did it before you were conceived.
Yeah.
What?
You're going to do it again.
Yeah, and what the chances of being born is insane.
Well, look at it this way.
It's like 1 in 3 trillion.
What if you come back as a squirrel though?
That wouldn't be
You
all
could
bad.
like some people say you come back as an animal. Imagine if you came back as a squirrel. I'd be gutted.
Well,
I hate squirrels.
Chances are, if you come back as an animal, though, you're going to come back as a factory farm animal.
Why?
Statistically,
There's so many.
that's how much.
At the moment,
There's
I'm planning to like survive for quite a while. And by then, factory farming will be gone.
How long's a while?
Like 110.
You reckon the world's going to be vegan by then?
Be more vegan than it is now.
Well, I agree. I do agree.
So I'm not going to be a factory farmed animal. Tell you that. I'm going to be in the sea.
There's an application process.
You can just imagine Dan dying, going to heaven, and be like, "Oh, so reincarnation is a thing." God's like, "Yep, it is. Yeah, you're going back soon. Yeah, just one thing though, God, not a factory farm animal, all right? I said in the podcast, it's not squirrels. Something fine. Really sorry, Dan. You're actually a pig. Yeah, you're going to be growing for a year.
Oh,
then
you mugged me
sort
off a
of-
bit there, God.
Yeah,
As long as
you're just going to lay down your terms, are you, to God?
well, no, because I don't really think about God. So I don't know who I'm going to lay
Well, who
them down
are you going to bargain with?
Well, I have no idea. That's the thing.
I'll figure out when I
We'll
get
have
there.
to see what happens. But yeah, just it makes you appreciate, doesn't it, the life that we have. Once
What-
you think about the dark stuff.
What do you think it is?
What?
Do you think are you a believer in heaven? Are you a believer in the universe? What's your perception of what this is all about?
I'm just here to take photos and
Vibe.
have a good time. I don't know.
We'll start doing that then.
Yeah, yeah. It's about time you did it. I don't know. I don't really think about it much.
Do you, Joss?
Every now and then.
Yes.
Do you
What
actually?
do you think?
I used to think about it a lot when I was a teenager. I say that. I was literally a teenager last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to think about it a lot more. I think everyone kind of has a fear of death and getting old and being sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of just one of those things you have to kind of. It is what it is.
Accept.
It is what it is,
Mm.
and get on with life, because literally, the bottom line of it all is nothing matters. But you can't live your life like that, can you? Because
No. Well, to a certain degree, you can.
yeah,
There's I think there's things you can take from that statement which everyone should implement, like
absolutely,
not
yeah,
care
yeah.
what people think about each other. For a
Yeah,
start.
which is obviously a massive thing to overcome, but I think I've got better at that because I used to care a heck of a lot what people thought about me.
What changed?
I don't know, just leaving school, realising I'm most likely never going to see those people again unless I like bump into them somewhere. And what's like that's going to be for like a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and then nothing else matters. Which, social media plays a massive part in people's perceptions of each other. But I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah.
Well, that's all right.
What do you think about it all?
Simulation.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yep.
Pure simulation.
Yep.
Who's controlling us?
Oh, mate, that's like saying who's God. No one knows. The thing is, a simulation is the only, in my opinion, and I still believe this, is the only thing you can put logic towards in terms of an explanation.
Yeah.
Because we've said that we can prove that eventually we are going to create quantum computers, and we're going to be able to create computers that are clever and strong enough and technically advanced enough to produce a simulation just like our world with
Yeah.
AI that is a human. So if that's happened already, if that can happen in 100 years, why aren't we in that one right now? If we can create technology that was going to replicate to the T what we're doing right now. Everything.
Mm.
A car in Mumbai to a satellite in orbit.
Yeah.
So you,
I think the issue with it is there's just so many questions about it.
so you're saying someone created this simulation many years ago?
Or an AI,
What do you mean by that?
artificial intelligence, something that someone else created. You ever seen The Matrix?
No.
The Matrix is based off a theory that we created AI, or artificial intelligence, basically iRobot. A robot that is self-aware, has emotions, that kind of thing. Not necessarily emotions, but can constantly learn. And they become so advanced that they overtook the human race, but they needed the human race as a kind of life source. So they started factory farming humans, and they plugged into their brain and ran a simulation of reality.
Wow.
So that's what this could be.
Wow.
It's a concept, scary concept.
Yeah, I think it is the most plausible. And that, I think that even just saying that sounds batshit.
So with the dinosaurs in the simulation,
Yeah, everything. Our whole universe, our whole comprehensible universe is part of the simulation.
But then does that mean...
Imagine it as a computer program.
the universe is massive.
Yeah.
Is there only one universe?
In your level of scale, it's massive. But to someone who's made a universe, they might have loads of them. It could be like
Who
one...
do you reckon's behind this simulation?
Oh, God.
Not like Jeff Bezos or something.
No.
Could be.
Well, yeah, but I don't think... no.
Could be.
I
Is
don't
he the
think-
richest? He's the richest man alive.
He's nearly at...
I don't think Jeff Bezos is God.
Isn't he nearly at 200 billion?
Yeah.
Or
is he the richest man to ever live?
Yes.
No.
Oh, really?
Technically not.
Who's
There was
the
a-
richest person to ever live?
I'm pretty sure there was a king or an emperor in North Africa going back before Jesus was alive.
BC.
If you take into account inflation, he was the richest person to ever live. He had like equivalent of like 100 trillion.
What were they trading
Wow.
back then?
Gold, I guess. But
Probably.
that's how minted he was.
Yeah.
If you include inflation, he'd be the richest person.
He's probably trading people too.
Yeah.
Probably everything, yeah.
Anything you can
Jeez.
trade.
Goats.
Have
Rice.
you seen those videos on YouTube? They're called like the entire history of the world. They're really good. They're really intense.
I think I've seen it.
It's like 20 minutes long. It took the guy like literally a year to edit it all. I'll show you it later. And there's one about the history of Japan as well. But I think I remember what you're saying. It's very, very interesting.
What would you do if you had that much money?
Trillions.
No.
Buy a boat.
200 bill.
200 billion.
If you had 200 bill in the bank,
Oof.
like accessible by debit card.
I'll buy you out of Ottr.
It's not for sale.
200 billion.
210.
What would I do? Just go on a long holiday.
Where would you go though? Because like you
just
gotta
could
think,
never spend all that money.
But when you've got that much money, you can't just fuck off on holiday. Like you're going to get kidnapped.
you could like
Well, what can I do then?
you could
Well,
buy NASA surely or something like massive. You could like make your own rocket company and just piss off and never
I
come
don't
back.
think Dan's.
I'd rather just stress free. I'd rather just go and sit on a beach or
You'll get kidnapped.
go walking somewhere.
You'll get kidnapped.
You're
and
too
then
cute.
there'll be a warrant for money.
I wouldn't be after more money. Although saying that, I guess when you're 200 billion pound rich, you can just buy more companies and make more money
Yeah.
quite quick.
Well, as long as you buy the right ones.
What about the interest on that?
That'll be insane.
That's the first thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should all be thinking about the interest.
Yeah.
What's the interest on that 200 bill? Who would you go with? What bank would you use?
Yeah,
Monzo.
I don't think you'd use you wouldn't use a bank. You'd use a hedge fund, wouldn't you? Like
Couldn't go
investment
to,
bankers.
Couldn't go to Barclays then.
I don't think so.
Yeah, could I just get out
Wonder what the
5
most
bill,
amount of
please?
wonder what
Can
the
you
most
imagine opening a current account and they're like, how much you putting in? 200 bill? Billion? Yeah.
would they like that?
I
They
don't-
would like to have 200 bill in the
Yeah, but they probably call head office.
They probably call the fucking
Head office.
queen.
You're right, Jerry.
I've
Yeah, we've got a bit of an issue down here in Swindon. We've had a Mr. Ben Lawton. He's got 200 billion to put in his account.
In cash.
Yeah. How much cash would that be? How many suitcases worth?
Oh, no, mate, you'd have to measure it in boats.
Like
in,
lorries. Yeah, like
Would it be? It wouldn't fit in this room.
Nah,
massive
no,
cargo
no way.
ships.
Incomprehensible amounts.
Are we talking like
50 sheets.
£50 notes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
I
you
think
imagine
I
a
have no
room?
idea.
I
of
think I
200
read
billion?
somewhere if you stack a $20 bill and you get up to $1 billion, it reaches the moon. It's some sort of weird equation like that.
Wow.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
200 billion.
I saw... I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with Jeff Bezos.
It's about the Egyptians.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
It's
said that if you,
once
like-
the pyramids have been built, if you were paid
10,000?
10,000 a
Every-
day,
Yeah.
or something like that, you still wouldn't have as much as him. That's insane.
Amazon.
And like a couple of weeks ago, he earned £83,000 per second. Per second. That's
crazy.
like you can't even fathom that amount of money, can you? You could buy like a top of the spec Tesla every second. He could like make Tesla go bankrupt because they wouldn't be able to produce.
I wonder how he
Yeah.
sleeps at night.
I bet he doesn't. He's just like a vampire.
Here you go. So, 1 trillion bills, 1 trillion $1 bills would reach 67,000 miles.
Wow.
So, 14.3 trillion bills can get to the moon and back.
I'm back.
Yeah,
That's far.
that's really far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. So 7.15 trillion could have reached the moon.
I think so. Yeah.
Maths.
So it'd be so what? You never really said what you do. You said you go on. You can't just go on holiday with that kind of money, Dan. You will be kidnapped and extorted. 100%.
Yeah.
What more can I do?
Well, just give me a better answer, mate. Than I'll go on holiday.
All right, I'll give you some of the money.
Like-
and that's not what I'm after.
Would you know, there's a lot of people hungry in the world.
Oh yeah, help people, but
Yeah, you selfish prick.
Yeah. Oh, going on holiday
I'd
again,
like to
are
go
we?
for a little walk first. Stretch your legs.
Right, having these.
Yeah. I just don't know.
I bet you would just like buy a shitty house in Swindon. And just
I'd just
live
go
there.
full nomad mode.
You just
just
buy
be
like the
off-grid.
cheapest house on Rightmove.
I know what you do.
I'd just go OG,
I know what you do.
off grid.
You'd buy every single slip-on shoe.
Yes,
and
all the
burn them.
sliders.
And burn them.
In front of like all the e-girls. Because e-girls wear them, right?
Well, I wear them. I'm not an e-girl.
You
Last
are.
time I checked.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Ben wear socks and sliders as well.
I know.
Since I've been working.
And it's a very comfy. Like you knock the look. And to be fair, Dan,
I don't-
I used to knock the look. However,
Try it.
It's comfy. It's like wearing Crocs for the first time. Everyone's against wearing Crocs when you're at school because it's that's what your dad wears. It's kind of lame. Then you go on holiday with your family to France and you've got to go canoeing and your dad's like, I bought you a pair of Crocs. They float. If they come off, it's fine. I'm like, I don't want to wear Crocs, Dad. Just wear them. Just no one has to see. You put them on. This shit's comfy, right? And
Versatile.
and versatile, rubbery,
Comfortable.
Give me a pair of shoes that you can wear that float.
Yeah, that is next level. I still don't think I'm
Rest my
trying
case,
socks
mate.
and sliders.
Well, sliders float.
That's you can't really walk in the sea with sliders though.
I do.
You know.
How far did you walk?
Not very far.
Yeah, because they'll just slide off.
So you've started.
Slide on, slide off.
You started.
Slide on, slide off.
You've started a new sport recently, haven't you? Why don't you tell everyone about that, Dan?
No, because every time I talk about it, you tell me off.
No, I don't.
No, that would never happen.
I've recently started CrossFit.
And how's that going?
It's good, thanks.
Were you doing that?
I'm doing it at CrossFit Swindon, which is a really cool gym full of really cool people like me. None of them wear socks and sliders.
That
which
you
is
know
a-
of.
Which is a relief.
I bet some of them
In
do.
fact, I tell you what, there was a guy there yesterday who's huge, like probably the strongest dude there, and I think he was in socks and sliders. If you're watching this,
Rest my
please
case.
don't hurt me. Although you haven't, probably not going to watch it. But, yeah,
How you getting on?
yeah, it's lovely.
Because you're into like some big sports, aren't you? You've run 100k.
Thank you.
You've done half an Ironman.
Half an Ironman.
You've done the 120 mile
140 mile
white horse
cycle.
cycle. Yeah. Out of those three, what was the hardest?
Probably the cycle.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I
You're
just
you're a,
don't like cycling.
so you're a seasoned athlete
Yeah.
in the cardiovascular world, but now you've gone into weights, Dan.
Yeah, I've moved into the weight world.
And how's
This
that
is
feel?
something I've never really done. I remember when I left school, joined the Oasis gym. Have you been to that gym before?
Yeah.
The Oasis gym, went down there, got a pump on with my friends. Didn't really know what I was doing. And then for the next, 10, 12 years after that, still was going to the gym, having no idea what I was doing, getting no results. I finally thought, you know what? I'm going to join CrossFit Swindon. And I'm bloody glad I did.
And you're still getting no results.
And now I'm still, the same size. And
You've only going like what, 4 years?
what, CrossFit Swindon?
Yeah.
No,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So yeah, I'm a newbie. Making gains already though. I start saying gains and DOMs
BCAAs.
and BCAAs. I was just saying all the keywords.
Yeah.
So that's my sport.
And Josh, you just joined the gym
I did. I just joined the gym
yesterday.
here in Old Town. No, I can't really comment much on it. I've only been for one session and I went at peak time. So it was pretty busy.
Yeah.
Didn't get too much done.
What's it like in there post-COVID?
Pretty standard, to be fair.
Anytime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So gyms before, obviously you're meant to wipe stuff down, but no one really used to before. But in any time they've got like a anti-bac wipe dispenser, so you just pull them straight out, wipe the machine down, and it's done. And I think everyone's pretty like hot on it, so you like get called out if you don't do it.
Good culture.
Yeah, or they've got like spray bottles and stuff as well. It's pretty good. But apart from that, I mean, there's social distancing stickers. I mean, you don't really go close to anyone in the gym anyway, so it's all right, to be honest. Pretty good.
Cleanliness is key.
Correct.
We've got that at CrossFit Swindon as well.
Nice.
Do you?
Yeah. They've got like 30 spray bottles and
This isn't a
100
paid
chamois,
sponsorship, by the
chamois
way.
cloths. And you've got to spray and wipe down every piece of equipment you use.
Mm.
It's pretty good. I've
It is
never
good.
cleaned weights as well as I have recently.
Well, it's because you never really used weights before.
I know. What about your new sport, Ben? What about your new sport? What is that? Tell us more.
I've recently bought a road bike,
Ooh,
a Kona road bike.
Kona.
Where
Where from?
Go outdoors.
Nice.
Thank you.
Plug.
That's the official
Sponsor us.
sponsor. It's not the official sponsor. Yeah, I got that from there on the cycle scheme for Ottr, so it's dirt cheap. Well, cheaper than it would be. And yeah.
How are you finding it?
Yeah, I was enjoying it up to the bit when you took me to Fairford. And to be fair, I did enjoy it.
I thought you'd pull in a face of it then.
I did enjoy it, but it was, the last 15k was tough.
Tough and long.
But I was sat in my saddle was way too low for the first half, wasn't it? Which probably
Yeah.
fucked me a little bit.
Yeah. It's good. We raised it, and then you felt quite a big difference, didn't you? Quite quickly.
Yeah.
That's good though. Like first big bike ride.
I felt good when I got back. I wish I had like a tiger balm or a bath or something, but I was in quite bad pain Sunday night. I needed to take ibuprofen, but I didn't. I
Did you
pulled
stretch?
Did you nearly
through.
work
I didn't
from
stretch.
home?
I didn't stretch.
Did you nearly work from home on Monday?
No, but I definitely took a bit of a lie-in, as you guys know when I bowled in at 9:45, like in a wheelchair.
That's good.
Thanks.
What's your next big ride? What's your goal with cycling? Have you got a big goal in mind? Like you want to hit a certain number or get faster on a certain route?
I'd like to do triple digits, so like 100k.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
But at the moment, it's more of a weight loss thing, making the legs stronger. Because I used to regulate my weight through running, but just hated it. Didn't enjoy running. And then obviously I put on a few pounds over lockdown, which
No, you
everyone
haven't.
did. Not now, because
You're still lean.
it falls off me so quick.
He's looking leaner than ever.
Thank you, Dan. Blushing. So cycling's my new get checked, keep fit kind of thing. You know?
Good for you.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about here.
Yeah.
Well-
What sort of target would you give me? Because you're a seasoned cyclist, aren't you?
I think 100k is a good one.
Mr. White Horse.
I reckon 100k within the next 2 months,
2 months.
doable.
Yeah, this side of Christmas definitely.
Oh yeah.
You could do it.
We're coming into autumn as well, though. So you bought a bike at the back end of the best season.
What, summer?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say
Summer's the best season.
Is
for it.
autumn not good?
No, because then the leaves are going to be dropping. There's going to be a lot of like
Slip.
flint and rubbish on the floor. It's going to be wet. It's going to be cold. Just to put you off a little bit more.
Can't you get those things for bikes though? Where you like you get it at home where you can raise the back wheel into something. It's like
Yeah, like a turbo trainer.
Is that something worth looking at for the winter?
Yeah, it's good.
Saves me.
Yeah, and you can just sit it in front of the TV and watch stuff.
Have you used that before or anything?
I haven't personally used one.
What's the price point on those bad boys?
Probably starting around 150. Probably less. I think Audi might sell them in the middle aisle.
Shit off, really?
Yeah. So there we go.
Audi
So that's
sell
a good thing
everything.
to get in December then, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'd say so. Yeah. If
I
you want
haven't
to
got to wear my helmet either.
keep the winter, yeah, you probably best put your helmet on.
You're right.
Good habits.
Speeds I go.
Yeah, and your
Yeah.
lycra.
Weird wearing lycra for the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
so-
weirdly liked it though.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
It's like when you do a sport and you've got all the gear. It's like I'm ready.
Yeah. It was a good looking lycra you have. It's nice colours.
Tight around the bum.
I didn't look.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. That photo Dan posted. Very good.
That was just between me and you.
Whoops.
So yeah, what's the next purchase you're going to make in regards to the bike? Do you think? Have you got anything in mind that you need or want?
need to get an inner tube.
Yeah, spare inner.
I need to get the under saddle bag,
Yeah.
and I need to get a second water bottle holder,
Nice.
and a second water bottle. That'll be handy. But apart from that, maybe a light going into the colder months. Maybe a good flashing light in front and back will be good.
Good shout.
Well, I think if I'm going to cycle, weekdays it will be morning rather than after.
Yeah.
But I tell you what's nice.
That's
You,
good.
you say it's bad the time I've come into cycling, right? And there's parts of me agree with you. The other hand, there's a lot less cars on the road, a lot less commuters
In the winter.
just in general right now.
We're because of
Post-COVID.
COVID.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean seasonal.
no,
seasonal
totally,
ones.
But I mean, right now, like it's also a good time because there's no one on the road,
Fair
so
enough.
I can road bike quite happily.
Quite helpful.
It's made me a much more respectful driver towards cyclists as well.
Yeah.
Because
That's good.
I normally spit at them, throw shit out the
Wow.
window. Obviously, I'm joking.
That's on a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously I'm joking, but it's not that I never gave them enough room, but I might be sat in my car like, oh bloody cyclist. But now I'm like, oh, that's a nice lycra.
One of us.
Oh, is that a Kona? Oh, that's a nice bike. That kind of thing.
Respect.
So yeah,
That's good. Do you have any CrossFit gear you need to buy soon?
Uh,
Any upgraded
I'm going
attire?
to buy some shoes, and then I'd also like to buy a skipping rope,
Nice.
my own skipping rope. 'Cause apparently, there's a certain type that's really good.
Okay.
The ones I've been using there apparently bend when it hits the floor, and then as soon as it hits the floor, it just like gets caught up in your legs. But the thing is, the ones they use there are super fine. They're like wire,
Mm.
and when you're skipping and it hits you in the arms,
Yeah,
oh,
I
it
bet.
stings.
I bet it's
Really
so much
stings.
easier to use one like that.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a
speed rope.
yeah.
I'm a bit of a speed demon on skipping rope. How do you not know?
what's your skips per minute?
Probably like 60.
That's 1 a second. That's so slow.
What about double unders?
Controlled.
Controlled.
Yeah.
Slowed.
Think about how high I jump.
I don't think you can even skip at that speed. That's way
I
too
can
slow.
skip at that speed.
Bollocks.
Are you doing double unders or just singles?
I've been
Triples?
trying double unders, just practicing those. Not very good at them.
I can never get them because it's such like a quick wrist motion. I could just never get that.
It's all about the quick rest. So yeah, next topic.
Yeah. The new Canon R5 coming out. If you got given 10 grand right now in the Ottr account, what would you buy for the office?
I'd
IMAX?
probably buy like a neon light.
No, Dan. Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
I don't know what I'd buy. Looking around here.
Would you get an iMac or something, do you think? For editing?
Ultra. Have you seen those ridiculously wide monitors?
Yeah.
They're like 50 inches, probably like the length of this table.
Mhm.
We had curved monitors once.
Did you?
You
and
did.
We didn't like. I had curved monitor once,
Well,
and I didn't like it.
what? Maybe not curved. What about just like ultra wide, like
It's mental.
the weird like 21:9 aspect ratio?
I don't get them.
No.
Noel Mack's got one, I think, in his office. You might see it on
What's the
Instagram.
perks of having that?
Super wide.
Yeah.
It's just,
You could just have like loads
li-
of stuff open.
It's-
It's literally like what you two have
Yeah.
got with two monitors.
instead of having two monitors, you just have one super long one. But you can have loads of different stuff on it. Like you having two monitors, you can have like 14 different applications
Yeah.
up. It's free real estate.
But then, like what Dan often does is you might have like Premiere open in one and then Notion in another. And I know I wouldn't want like Premiere only halfway across the screen. I'd like to have like one monitor just for Premiere.
I agree. Me too.
Yes.
So that's what I'd spend mine on.
Well, you say that, but how nice would it be to edit on Premiere with a super wide screen?
It'd be nice to have a timeline that big.
Yeah, imagine how long the timeline would be. Your preview of your video would be good
I guess you could then just have your laptop open.
for emails and stuff,
Yeah, or Notion or whatever it is we're using.
or
How
some
much are those?
other unspecified note-taking software.
Yes.
How much are those wide boys?
You can get like
I don't know.
it depends if you want to get like 4K or well, it's not going to be 1080, is it? I don't know what the numbers are, but 1080 resolution ish. You can get them like 300. Not too bad.
Would you like one?
No.
I tell you what I'd like, Dan.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that.
You've got a new pair of AirPods recently. It's probably a good time as any to kind of bribe you into letting me get something. I'd like to get a mechanical keyboard.
Oh, what?
Mechanical keyboard.
Fuck no.
Aren't they just the really loud ones?
Yeah,
No,
it's like-
you can get soft press keys. They're actually quite quiet.
How much are they?
I don't know.
Get a soft one.
Cheaper than AirPods.
I worked hard for those.
Well,
What can you do more with a mechanical keyboard that you can't do with a normal
type
keyboard?
way faster.
Really?
Yeah.
But like the
You already type really fast.
Think how fast I
Go
could
any
type.
faster, you might hurt yourself.
The thing is, I'm at the speed now where I'm limited by my keyboard.
No way.
Yeah.
but
Get your keyboard and type something.
surely the travel on those keys is less than a mechanical one.
I can't. I wouldn't. It wouldn't look good on the podcast, but I can't. I'll show you after. I'm limited by it. The keys don't register fast enough to keep up with my fingers, so I have to slow down.
What's your keys per minute?
Words per minute they normally do it in.
All right, words per minute.
With a mechanical keyboard, I reckon I'd be
With that keyboard,
110 tops.
110. For those of you at home, if you can beat Ben,
The average is 50.
if you can beat Ben's 110, we will get Ben a mechanical keyboard.
Well, that's not really fair, is it?
Well, it is.
Well, they should be able to beat me with mechanical keyboard. That's the real challenge.
What if they can beat you without it?
Well, then I'd be like,
Then you get a free keyboard.
Well, then there might be someone out there who's got a mechanical keyboard who just batters me.
Well, you better hope that, because then you'll get a free keyboard.
What if they beat me?
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, I'll just get someone else. Yeah, I'll get someone I know to do it. Actually, I don't know anyone faster than me.
There we go. If you think you're faster than Ben, then let us know.
Does that mean I can have one?
Only if they beat you. It's a weird competition.
I didn't set a competition for your AirPods.
Well, I set it up, all right. Mechanical keyboard. What colour? Does it come in like fancy colours? Do you get LEDs and stuff in it?
You can get that if you want.
Ugh.
It's not something I'm interested in.
I bet somebody who wears sliders and socks would have that.
I just want to get the brown key press, which is the silent one, and it registers really quickly. I don't care how it looks. I think having the old school white is quite nice with the different coloured Control, Alt, and Enter.
Do it.
You know, like Jake Ford had something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But the amount of emails I write, I may as well just write them even faster. Can you imagine me on WhatsApp to you, mate? Your messages will just
I
be.
won't be able to keep up. Yeah,
That's a yes. Thank you, everyone.
that was hard.
Good competition.
Nice.
Nice.
What's your typing speed like?
Not very fast.
You're not bad though.
I don't touch type properly. I don't like have my fingers in the right places.
Do you not get taught it at school?
Yeah, but I just didn't. I don't
Didn't
really
care.
use that.
Did you get taught it at school?
Yeah.
Like my primary school made like a very conscious effort to teach us touch typing. Probably Hannah was in my class, but I remember them being like really, because I think they knew the way the world was going into computers. It was like, wow, we should probably teach
That's
these
quite
kids.
good actually. Isn't
Yeah, really smart of them.
They had like a online like interactive course, like I guess it was like almost like a game that they made us do. Don't know what mine would have been, but we were in like year 4 or 5 and they were making us do it, which is pretty good.
I sometimes go single finger,
No, you don't.
sometimes two fingers. If I'm just leaning like that, it's just like some fours.
Or just lazy keyboard
or
typing.
just thumbs.
You don't use thumbs, Dan.
Yeah,
And then just,
sometimes.
like,
Shrek mode.
Command.
Straight mode.
Shrek mode.
I'll get one, and I reckon you'll be surprised.
Do you reckon I'll be really fast on it?
I think you'll end up buying one
Really?
because I
Are they
think
Bluetooth?
you can get wired or Bluetooth.
Can you get ones that work with like a MacBook?
Yeah, of course.
They have like
Yeah.
okay.
So you can get Bluetooth. I'm not sure if I'll go Bluetooth. I'll have to look into it because I'm not sure if that will affect the speed. But I just want optimal keystrokes because I think conventional keyboards, when you press a key, if I press Q, for example, it will register after I take my finger off the Q. Whereas
Right,
mechanical,
okay.
it's like halfway down the press,
Oh, right.
so it's really sensitive, really fine. It means
Quite easy to make typos.
yeah, it's way more advanced. But once you get the rhythm of it,
You'll be away, mate.
That'd be good.
I mean, you can top 200 words per minute, which is like more than 3 words a second.
Jeez.
That is pretty
You can't-
rapid.
I can't think that fast.
You can't speak that fast.
How do you...
No.
Yeah.
Fancy typing faster than you can speak.
You
That's crazy.
You could write an autobiography in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you prefer more? Macaroni and cheese or cheese on toast?
Cheese on toast.
What about cheese toasty? Cheese toasty or macaroni and cheese?
Cheese toasty.
Joss?
I don't know. I haven't had any of them in years, but I would probably say cheese toasty. What would you say?
Macaroni and cheese.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a massive toast fan.
Oh fuck! I love toast. I love toast.
Do you like toast?
Yeah.
Do you, the viewer / listener, like toast?
That was really nice and boomy.
You do love toast, do you?
You know, Blockbuster got taken out by like Netflix and stuff.
Mm.
They just reinvented the industry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think would be the Netflix to us? What's going to take
To Ottr or like the video production world.
video production world?
I reckon it'd be like robots.
Neuralink.
Expand.
Just because then you won't need to advertise your business because you just tell their brain straight up, oh, you need my services.
Tell their brain straight up, you need my services.
You just hack into their
Mate,
hack into
you
their
need
Neuralink.
to quit Ottr, mate, and work at Neuralink. You're just thinking about
Beyond.
stuff differently. Yeah.
Imagine me working at Neuralink with a mechanical keyboard.
Director of marketing right there.
Your words per minute wouldn't be any faster.
My thoughts would be even faster.
Oh, that was a very serious question, and you took it back to Neuralink somehow.
I don't know what would take over. I guess it's just like social media is the one. It's self-produced videos that will take over. People will start being
TikTok.
like, "Oh yeah, why pay these guys to make a video when we can just make a video ourselves and it will do just as well?"
There's an art to storytelling, though.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be... Well, I think cameras will evolve massively. Like the size and everything. And... Like, have you seen those robotic arms that can move? Like, you can pre-program their
The dolly
movements
arms.
and their focus and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon once you get one of those, like, mounted to, like, a Range Rover and all this stuff, how far are you going to be off, like, robots just, like, going to a set and being like, we need to get this shot now, and then move on, and everything happens.
you think about the guys maybe 10, 15 years ago who were the videographers of this world doing wedding videos. When wedding videos before they're cool now, back when before that, they were making videos on these big JVC cameras or whatever, and the cameras were like £30,000, or like really expensive, and they were massive.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Canon bring out a DSLR 5D Mark III or whatever, and it's got video mode. And then
Yeah.
suddenly you've got loads of people, and YouTube pops up. So loads of people are then creating videos that go on YouTube, so music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That the whole birth of the DSLR that can shoot video, which makes it way more affordable, and it's way easier because you can shoot stills and video. That was the start of that overtake of like the old cameras. So what's going to be the overtake of the current situation that we're in?
that camera was like the camera that made young filmmakers and
Yeah.
like budget
Yeah,
music videos.
Probably phones. When you can put the functionality of Canon R5 into a phone. You can do everything else on it. Completely digital, 8K, 60 FPS.
Do you reckon it'll
ND
be
filters.
as good though?
Well,
But-
eventually, technology will be good enough.
The camera will be
Yeah.
but the camera will be there, but the user won't be. That's the difference between us and them.
Yeah, but why would you buy a
Exactly.
Canon R5 when you could buy an iPhone that does the exact same thing?
That's not going to take over our business, though, is it?
No,
that's,
not
that's,
necessarily.
that's
You're
a
still gonna
that's a
need a
gadget
good
overtake.
storyteller.
Yeah.
More so.
You still need someone who has the ability to tell a story.
Sure, I was just comparing
Rather
it to your analogy about photo to video. How you
Oh, camera wise, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. It's weird though with camera, like phones and stuff. It's like phones. There's a new phone always coming out, and it's always got the next, 60 megapixel camera, or it's got really good low light quality, or it's got this, and this. But there's none that really stick. I think. Like,
stick
is
how?
there
In
a
what
standout?
sense?
Like, there's a lot of phones that's, this phone's got the Leica camera, but it kind of just goes unheard of. Because I think you've got the key brands like Apple. The one key brand I would say is Apple, and anyone who's on Android is like kind
Scum.
of pushed to the side. Yeah,
Sorry,
scum.
yeah.
Apple just kind of rocking it, I think.
I think
Maybe Apple will bring out a camera within their Apple phones that is like insane.
That would be
and then
sick.
that'll be the daddy.
And they're
Because,
already
like-
pretty insane, though.
their image processing
Yeah.
is like top
Mm.
tier. Because you remember, like, it's probably like nearly 10 years ago, there was that yellow Lumia, Nokia Lumia phone that had like a 42 megapixel camera.
Did it
was like
really?
a massive circle on the back, but it completely like drained the battery after using it for like half an hour.
Really?
Yeah. Why's that gone off?
Or just the battery of the monitor's gone probably.
Oh dear.
The camera's still on.
The camera is still on. Okay.
The red light's still
For
there.
everyone listening, the monitor for our camera has just turned off. I can't remember where I was going now. I got distracted.
The Nokia Lumia. Lumix with a camera, the wasted battery.
Well, here we
Yeah.
go then, Dan.
Here we go.
We've got that proposal that we spoke about in the vlog recently.
Yes.
If that goes the right way, we're going to hire a designer,
Yeah.
and then here's how about you drop some knowledge right now, because people who actually want to work at R, they might listen to the podcast because they're trying to find out information. If they get to the end of this one, what are you looking for in a designer that applies? What would make you impressed?
Someone who first of all has a nice portfolio with some established work. Not established work, but it's work that's like, we need someone who can come in and take on a project, understand InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator, be able to use those applications sufficiently
Mm-hmm.
on their own, with obviously help as and when from us. But someone who can, who's got confidence to kind of help lead a project, be ambitious, be young. You don't have to be qualified. I don't think like having a degree or any of that stuff is vital, because I don't have any of that.
So you'd
And
happy
leave-
taking an 18-year-old then who's just maybe starting out or a few months into learning it?
If they come and they interview well and they've got a really good portfolio and they show that they know how the apps work, then
Yeah.
yeah, cool. It's like Joss.
I
Like
was going to say, look
Joss
at me.
literally came in, into the interview with a video to show us and said, "Oh, I'm capable of making this," and it was really nice. He didn't know the application. You didn't know Premiere or Adobe,
No,
the Adobe Suite very well.
I'd never used any Adobe software before, really. I dabbled in a bit of Photoshop, but that was it. I'd used Final Cut, which is disgusting.
Good sound effect.
But, yeah. Sorry, carry on. I ruined your flow.
But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Go for it.
If you think you're the one, then just send us an email
If you're the one for Dan.
or pass this piece of information on to someone else who might be in the know.
Mm,
And we
please do.
might hear from them soon.
that would be good.
And what would you say as a creative director you can offer to a new designer applying for the role?
What can I give to them?
Well, you're going to be the one. You're in their eyes. You're going to be a kind of mentor.
I'll
in
be
the
like
space.
the Yoda.
Yeah.
is another.
Just great passion, really. I think it's great passion.
What can they
I'll
learn
give
from
them
you,
great
Dan?
passion. I don't know. I don't like
Sell
talking. I
yourself.
don't like talking about myself.
Well, now's time.
Why?
Step
Well,
the fuck up, boy.
Why do I need
For
to?
those of you listening,
If you want the job and you think you're viable and you're good enough, then come to the interview and we can see what it's like.
I don't think I've ever asked Dan a question and he's not known the answer.
There we go.
Loads of times.
Jedi Master.
Well, in the design world and video production world.
Thanks, Joss.
How
That's okay.
many? Yeah, just get off his dick. How many years experience you got in the design, Dan? 10? 10 plus now?
That sounded
Probably
horrible.
like 7. Yeah, I don't know. Probably 7. But then I was like, before
You were messing around with
before I had-
Adobe when you were 16.
Yeah,
weren't
before I
you?
had the job, I was like always in design and video, personally.
I
doing
think-
little
I
projects
think-
myself.
That helps as well when you're showing that you're doing stuff anyway. I mean, I'm just speaking now, so if I'm saying the wrong thing, just
Go
let me
ahead.
know. But I think it's good to show
Wrong.
that you're that you're doing stuff anyway, and that you want this job because you enjoy doing what you're doing. And I mean, there's no point forcing something if you don't want to do it. If you don't see yourself doing it for a living, what's the point?
True.
And that's the whole reason I applied and messaged you, because I was like, fuck, I want to do this. So I did it.
Yeah. Hats off to you, though, because that was obviously a good decision on your behalf.
Thank you.
What sort of projects can a designer expect to work on at R?
Oh, as a designer, a real range of projects, from branding all the way up to kind of presentation design to campaign ideas. So we're not just looking for someone who can go into InDesign and create a really nice piece of work. We also want them to be able to think about a campaign from the start all the way to the finish. It's
Yeah.
the full suite of the campaign that we need them to look at and think about.
Intuition.
Yeah, and come up with ideas. Yeah, and having that intuition is very important. Being
There
able
we
to
go.
think for yourself.
That's the source I was looking for.
Not intuition. Is it intuition? No,
Yeah,
I'm trying to-
intuition's like have it.
Initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
There you go.
Is it intuition and initiative kind of the same
The
word?
kind of the same thing, yeah.
Intuition. Is it?
Have you got the intuition?
Intuition, isn't that like
If you
when you learn? No, that's tuition.
What makes
Tuition.
what would you say makes a what would be a good fit for the team right now?
A dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If we get a designer that's also a Labrador, hired.
Someone who fits the bill would be,
Oh, loud car.
yeah, just open for ideas, passionate about what they do, and yeah,
That's the word.
ready for a good journey ahead.
Wow.
Do you like
Can you desexualize that a little bit,
that?
please?
Sorry. Just what I said without
Ready
the,
for a
without
good
the
journey ahead.
sexualization.
What I said.
What would you look for as a business director in somebody who would need to fit into this office?
Someone who likes a bit of banter. You got to be a bit banterous, I think, to work with us, and
Yeah.
be able to give it as good as you get it. Not that we're mean by any means, but you know,
No.
you've got to be able to have fun, work ethic, and I think having a good understanding of project management in terms of just understanding how to run projects and your own stuff and your own time. We're not gonna employ someone that we need to hold their hand, someone that can understand what they need to do and when they need to do it for, can work to their own deadlines. You know.
Mm. Yeah, and I think we're pretty, as an employer, we are pretty easygoing.
Mhm.
That you can just kind of, manage your own time, and if you need to leave early on one day but come in early the next day, then that's just the way it is. Like, we're not going to be counting the hours and looking at the clock all day every day. You just do you, and we'll do us.
We go for drinks quite a bit,
We do go for regular drinks
We
and
go for
regular Wagamamas,
lunches and dinners.
except from today because it was fully booked for 2 hours at 12 p.m.
Let's not go into that.
Let's not talk about that.
Saying that, is downstairs open today?
Not on a Tuesday, Josh.
No.
You've become an alcoholic since
They
working
opened
here, and
last-
it's not our doing.
They opened last Tuesday, and they're opening Tuesdays from now on. It was a rhetorical
This guy loves
question.
the sauce.
I'm saying, do we want to go for a beer tonight?
He's right. They are open Tuesdays, and you said that he hasn't become he's become an alcoholic since joining us. I think we do have some moral responsibility to that.
You do, massively.
We are in somewhat an influence on his life, and we drink a lot down.
If Josh's parents are watching this, we're really sorry about your son.
He's never been good.
Not just sorry about his drinking problem, just sorry about him.
What a loving boss you are.
I've come for your job, mate.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Josh, you got any advice to new recruits?
Just show that you're passionate about it. That's the main thing. Like I said to you in my first interview, I was stuck in a job that I wasn't happy with, and I wanted to.
Same. Still am.
I wanted to pursue what had been my dream for a long time, and now I'm doing it. I've literally got my fucking dream job at the age of 20, and I cannot complain at all.
And that shows, though, that you... And I think that kind of shows on our behalf as well, because you've come from John Lewis. You've come from... You went to sixth form and you had your media studies and music tech, but you never had, like, a degree or anything else like that in video. You just had a kind of passion for it.
Yeah.
So that kind of shows that we're not looking for someone who's got that. If you have got it, it's great. We'll still treat you like everybody else. But what's more important is just having the drive and love for what you do.
That's the thing. Like, I never would have really done much design work. I did some design work for my band outside of whatever else I did. But I never would have delved that much into it. But I've learned so much already. And I know I still have so much to learn. Even with video editing, I've got a lot to learn. But as long as you come with the mindset and you're open and willing to learn, and you've got that passion there already, yeah,
You're halfway there.
you're halfway there.
Ding dong.
Ding.
There might even be a good snippet in that we can put out as the advertisement.
That's true, yeah.
And on that bombshell.
And that bombshell.
I'll tell you what, on that bombshell, thanks for the podcast. And there.
Was that the actual end?
I don't know, yeah. I was going to go to something unrelated that we won't put in the podcast.